What's up, guys? Mr. Freddy here. Today's gonna be another new LEGO set review, and it sounds like a little Marvel set, which is called Black Panther Mech Armor. Set number is 76204, has 124 pieces, and is for ages 7 and up. Let's check out the box first. Here's the front of the box, even if it's a bit, damaged, since this is a used set. Here's the top of the box. We showcase the actual size of the Black Panther minifigure. Even though there's like a little damage on right there. Here's this side of the box. Here's the bottom, and the other side of the box. We showcase the Marvel logo alongside like the banners on the top and bottom, and the back, which showcase more of the set. As for the instruction manual, which has a total of 64 pages to build. Let's check out the minifigure first. So here's T'Challa, aka Black Panther, and this is actually a really nice minifigure with the nice details by the front torso and the back. And this is kind of a little bit more a bit simple, since there's no printing by the legs and the printing on the arms. But the Black Panther minifigure has the printing by the back of his head, and also this piece, which is the same thing as that was with Darth Maul, but this is kind of made of plastic instead of like rubber, which kind of completes the ears of Black Panther. And his weapons are the claws, which same thing with Wolverine and the Wolverine Mech Armor set I have already reviewed twice. And yeah, and also T'Challa pretty much has the extra head, which is what he looks like about his mask. So yeah, and there's no double-sided face, which is rather disappointed. So yeah, but he has the nice hairpiece, for the full unmasked look of T'Challa. So yeah, remove his his head. Just hang on a sec. Okay, I hear it. Okay, there he goes. And and then put his Black Panther mask back on, and there we go. So Black Panther, a pretty good minifigure with, even though it's a bit too similar to Wolverine by the claws, but at least it's a bit different, since this is completely different than Wolverine besides the claws. So yeah. All right, so now for the the mech armor itself. So here's the Black Panther mech armor, and it looks surprisingly good with has like a nice color mixture of black and purple, since black for signature color for Black Panther, and the purple for anything for Wakanda, which mostly have like some purple colors to it, like in like some kind of like a drink for like to give people like superhuman strength and power. Here's the back, which didn't have anything interesting here besides more of the the back of the feet and leg, well, the bottom part of the legs. And the articulations for the mech armor is similar to Wolverine, if you see like if you see the comparison. And yeah, it looks almost the same besides the legs and the hands, since they're the claws on the mech armor is a bit shorter than the Wolverine mech armor, which has very long claws. So yeah. As for the articulations on the mech armor, you can like swivel the feet in any way, and because you can also move it like up and down like slightly. You can move the bottom part of the the legs like in any positions, and you can move the the upper part of the legs in any poses you want to make this mech armor. So yeah, and you can like move these little short claws like in any ways, and it look rather nice. And you can move the rest of the hand in any directions. Well, both hands. You can move the bottom part of the arms in any positions, and lastly, the upper part of the arm in any positions. Also, no swivel for the upper part of the mech armor, since this is like this is before the newer mech newer parts for mech armors or mech sets became a thing. So this is like, yeah, this came out in like 2022. Yeah, like that was like 3 years ago, which is rather surprising. And also there's like the nice printing on the front of the mech armor, which has like kind of matches Black Panther's the printing on the front of the minifigure. And there's like this translucent purple piece, which this looks like a part of the door, but it's kind of look like a kind of like a computer of the mech armor. And also there's also the way you like put Black Panther and the mech armor is rather simple, is by this. And yeah, it's just like the Wolverine mech, and with how you like put the minifigure here. And also the you can like have like pretty fun poses for the mech armor, just like the the Wolverine mech armor. Like you can do it like this, where he's like a little bit somewhat crouched down like this, which makes the mech armor looks kind of small like this. Well, slightly, since they're almost the same size, besides looking different and having different fingers, different parts of the legs and arms and hands, and also the back are slightly different, if you clearly say it. So yeah. So it's actually pretty fun by the look of the mech armor, and somehow it looks a lot nicer than the Wolverine one, which the claw's a little bit too long, and I think that there's like the color's a bit too the colors looks fine, but the claws a bit too long, since this is kind of like one for having like the nicely small claws and having like nice pose as well, while the claws aren't the distraction, unlike this. And also here's the bottom, here's what the the bottom, the feet of these both mechs in the 2022 wave of Marvel mech sets look like. This one has like a bit thinner feet, while the Wolverine mech armor have like bigger feet, which kind of explains like has like lots of room for more pieces right there. While Black Panther mech armor didn't have any interesting ways to like make it look taller. So yeah, it's just best that it just kind of looks better without like extra pieces for the bottom of the feet. And yeah, and all right, so let's just talk about my final thoughts on this mech armor set. So overall, this is actually a really good mech armor set from the 2022 Marvel mechs sets, which like back when they just like do lots of poses on these fans, unlike the newer mech armors sets, where it's a bit more limited, since this one has like has a lot of creative freedom to do with the poses, with these two, and so as the Iron Man one, which let me have a look of it. Hang on a sec. Here's the Iron Man mech armor, which looks pretty nice by how it's look. Well, the minifigure looks a bit odd, but maybe I'll like possibly get that set someday at any like at at the whatever use Lego stores actually has it to complete the the trio of these Mech Armor sets from the 2022 wave of Marvel Mechs. But yeah, it has like very nice pieces like these pretty nice cloth pieces. Like there's like a total of four, unlike Wolverine where there's only like three for each hand. And like pretty neat printed pieces like from there, and also the colors on the mech armor of black and purple is really nice. It's pretty much like a little bit more eye catching than the Wolverine mech armor. So yeah, and as for the the ranking on this set, I'll just give it a really good 8 out of 10, since it's a really good mech armor set from this from 2022, especially how it looks with pretty nice pieces by the these nice claws and the printed piece, and this pretty interesting translate something like a door window piece, and the Black Panther minifigure looks really nice. So yeah. So yeah. So I just hope you guys enjoy my my Lego set review on the Lego Marvel set Black Panther Mech Armor. So like and comment this video and subscribe more content. So this is Mr. Freddy here, and I hope you have a very good day. So bye.